Crazy Custom Magneto. Bam, check that out. Hey guys, thanks for joining me again. I have my $100,000 shirt on. For a special video, we got a Custom Magneto by Xionart. And once again, a really cool piece by Xionart. This is the same maker I got my my Revan and my Wolverine Ninja diorama. So this one just came in about 2 weeks ago and I finally got them unboxed. As you can see, there was two gigantuous boxes. Man, the wife is pissed. Anyway, two gigantic boxes. We finally got it unboxed and wow, I'm very impressed with this. Always exceeding my expectations, but this one actually, out of all the ones I have, besides Wolverine, was pretty impressive. This is actually came out a lot better than I thought. And it's really cool. A lot of cool features on this. The base is actually a really cool base that I was, out of the whole thing, the orb and the base are the most impressive. And the coolest characteristic about this is it displays Magneto's electromagnetic power. As you know, this is a Jim Lee Magneto, and he has a lot of powers that aren't depicted in the movie, such as creating electromagnetic force fields or using his electromagnetic power as a weapon. So this is probably one of the only Magnetos that I have seen that actually depicts that power, and they bring it out to the fullest. You know, I've seen a lot of them where orbs are kind of little balls here. XM Studios, their 1/3 legendary that's coming out, actually is going to have like a little orb around him that's optional. So you're seeing a lot more statues that depict that, but this is one that really took the cake on displaying that power. So this was edition size, I believe it was 45, this is number 23, and you get one of these little cool cards with this, and it comes with 3 alternate portraits there. We'll go through that later. But just starting with the orb here, man, it is really cool how they put the colors on. And now when I first got this, I was looking at all the whites here and I was like, why did they do that? How come they just didn't keep it clear? But actually, when you have the lighting put on it, I mean, maybe not right now, but I took some pictures. It actually gives it an effect like it's the electromagnetic orb is actually kind of traveling forward. It's actually a really cool effect. I guess if you're an artist, that's something that you would know regarding colors, because I can see what the effect does, especially if you have a lot of white or blue lights on this. I threw a few blue lights on here, and just to see if we can get a little more color on them. Anyway, this orb is really cool. You know, you have these attachments. These actually putty in, so actually when you have this displayed, they kind of plug in, but you kind of have to putty there because they're not very stable there. But let's go ahead, and I was just going to keep those off. Come on, get in there. See what I mean? We'll just keep it off for now. Let's go ahead and turn this. We're looking at the orb again. A lot of cuts, a lot of lines all throughout this thing. I don't know what that's actually made of, but it's actually very durable material. And it's very strong too. I could tell this is nothing that would break very easily. I know the Proto had a lot of these electrical clear plastic pieces that were kind of going all the way across, but they kind of opened it up a little bit. I think that took away from the statue having that. So I think it was a good idea to make those a little smaller. Now looking at the base is really cool. You got the Xavier School for the Gifted here. And that's pretty cool. And then behind here, check this out. You got a button that turns on the LED lights. You have 4 LEDs, bright LEDs that kind of shine on and off. If you have all the lights off, it actually gives this a glowing type effect, which is really cool. So you got a lot of these beams here. A lot of these beams plug in there, and they're all bent up, and you got a lot of detail on the surface there, like they're cracked. You could see the raw metal inside the cracks on all the beams, which is pretty cool. Like here's another one there, all bent up. And that's cool that they added the little metallic metal cracks in there. It just shows, it just gives it a little more realism there, that it's bent metal, and you can see the raw metal inside. And one of the most distinguishing features that I like of the base is the melted metal here. And it just kind of shows the electromagnetic heat of melting metal is really cool. Really cool feature that they added there. So, getting aside from the base, the orb goes on there, and there's a big peg that goes from the top all the way into the base. And this cape is super heavy. So the cape is the centerpiece of this that really keeps this put together. You put the cape in there through, and then Magneto kind of plugs into the cape there. So he's floating there, he's levitating. And if you look at Magneto, he's kind of in a twisted type motion, kind of like twisted there. So a lot of pictures that you see online kind of take the picture straight on. It makes his torso look really thin and unproportional. But having this piece in front of you, it's a proportional torso. It's exactly how it's supposed to be. And as you can see, regarding to his muscle tone, he's ripped, man. They didn't chintz out on the rippedness of this statue all the way through his chest, all the way on the legs. I guess they could have toned it down just a little bit, but I don't mind it. It looks okay. Going up to his sculpt, you have his long hair, and you see these in the comic. You don't see it too much on the statue. So you can see this actual head here actually separates from this hair, but I'm not going to take it off now. I just don't want to scratch anything. But you also have, this is the Jim Lee Magneto. So you can see this one's, he's like mid-power. Looks like he has like a screaming face with the whites of his eyes showing. We'll do a close-up of those. And that's your classic Magneto that you see. We have the classic, serious, just emotionless sculpt there. Let's look at that. It's okay, but I think the other two are how I would display this. So this is basically emotionless, just serious face there. But I like the hair, and I like it because it's different. You don't see it too much on statues, so I'm going to keep that one as is. So starting with the cape there, the cape is part of the base in my opinion. It's a lot of curves, deep indentions, and it's curving upwards. And I like how they design that, and you have it flaring in action on the left side there. And then you have Magneto that plugs in here, and he is actually floating. So that was a really cool way they designed there. So his legs aren't touching the ground or anything. He's levitating on the cape. And that cape is plenty strong and girthy to support Magneto there. Now looking at the surfaces, all from his legs all the way through, he has a twisting motion. So a lot of the wrinkles in his legs are kind of going this way, and his torso is this way. So all those little surfaces are kind of in contour with his twisting motion, which is pretty cool. So they just didn't make it flat. They actually put some wrinkles, some rips in his pants there. You got a little bit of black shadows there where his muscles are. So that was defines his muscles a little bit more. So a lot of detail on the gloves and the legs here. You got to have a metallic type purple there, a little bit of silver paints just to show a little bit of wear on the gloves and the boots there. And of course you have his classic Magneto collar there. Overall, this is a really cool Magneto. I'm so glad I bought this, and especially with the base. I mean, everything about this is really cool. This is definitely something I'm going to be keeping. It's going to give XM a good run for the money. Different statue with XM. But man, I got this Magneto. I'd hate to get another Magneto that's a larger scale. So maybe I'll just get the Thor Legendary if I can get in there. I'm figuring those XM legendary scale pieces are going to sell out super fast. So if you're interested in those, you're going to have to get on it when they open the pre-orders on that. So I'll do another video on this when we get everything set up and put it in the display. Like I said, I have some lights coming in. We're really going to try to get the glowing effect of the orb when we put it on display. We're going to put that on with a Wolverine and Rogue. It'll be a really cool display. And we actually got some really cool shelves from Pier 1 Imports. It's closing, so I was able to pick up their displays, and they were perfect for statues. So if you're watching this video, you know, Pier 1 actually they're selling all of their display cases. So if you want some cool displays like these podiums, they're still for sale, and even their little pedestals are only 10-15 bucks that they're selling, and they're really cool. So there's really not much more I can say about this. Next video is going to be really awesome. Next video, we are doing Thanos Bust by Queen Studios. And that thing is 2 giant boxes, 128 pounds. That thing's going to be insane. The thing is going to be insanely big. It was bigger than I thought, and I haven't even opened the package yet. So we're going to be reviewing that. Actually, we're going to be doing that maybe today and tomorrow, and we're going to post that video, and we're going to get our Infinity Gauntlet out. We're going to get out our Thanos on Throne and our Infinity War Thanos. We're all going to put it in one display. So that's going to be an awesome video. Join me on that. Please subscribe if you like my videos. I hope you enjoyed Magneto, and we'll see you next time.